Hello, Bellogan here. In this series, we're going to do a playthrough of Solasta Crown of the Magister. This is a game that is built off the Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition SRD and then some of their own homebrew content. And as far as following the tabletop rules, it's really the closest PC adaptation of the 5e rules. Pretty much all the games out there. I've played this quite a bit ever since its initial... even before the beta testing, there was a pre-play of the small adventure. I can't remember what they were calling it, alpha testing or something like that, where you ran through a dungeon. It was a lot of fun. I think I was the first one to point out that some of the spell's area effects weren't used correctly and got those corrected in the game. Anyway, there's been a new DLC recently that launched Barbarians and Druids, and I wanted to do a playthrough of this game. So just a quick setup, a note on what we're doing here. We're going to come into new adventure. We're going to run the main campaign. There's a couple other side campaigns here. I've played through a little bit. These look mostly like cave runs. Doesn't have quite all the story and everything in it. So we're going to run through the main campaign. For mode, I'm going to put on Scavenger Mode. I've played through Unauthentic. We're going to do Scavenger for a couple reasons. I do like to skip the intro just because I find it annoying. And I'm not going to turn on Iron Man because, frankly, we may eat it at some point. I don't want to completely kill my save game, but that's all right. All right, for characters, the party that I have decided to use is going to run like this. We're going to run a Barbarian, a Paladin, a Druid, and a Wizard. The Barbarian I have set up as a low life, so he's going to be the one to do my thief skills checks as far as picking locks. Thieves are pretty decent frontliners, and their sneak attack is pretty crazy, but I wanted to do a playthrough without. Paladins I like as another frontliner. This guy's going to be, whereas my Barbarian's really going to be my DPS with a two-handed weapon. My Paladin we're going to build as a sword and board tank. And then with their smite, they do a lot of damage as well. The next slot over... sometimes I run a ranger here for the good berry spell. It just makes travel so much easier. The druid gets that as well. The druid is kind of a hybrid of a lot of the spells that they can have, where they can be a frontliner. Their wild shape is so-so in this game. You don't have Circle of the Moon. That's not part of the SRD. The big thing that does is it lets you wild shape as your bonus action. So you end up kind of eating your turn to wild shape. So don't use that a whole lot. But a lot of their spells are really cool, and they can still tank a lot when needed, and they can heal and cast Good Berry, so really a very, very versatile character. And then lastly, we have a Wizard. I ran a Sorcerer through my last playthrough, which was kind of fun in the Sorcerer running a Twinned Haste on your two frontliners. I had a Barbarian and a Rogue, which is absolutely insane for dealing with combats. When you knew you were going to get into a fight, just get that up, and you could run in and wreak havoc really fast with your frontliners. I'm going with the Wizard just because there are so many spell scrolls all over the place, and being able to cast Identify, you don't get that with the Sorcerer. And there's so many magic items that you run into that you really want to identify and use instead of having to go back to town and use. So that's why we're running it. So I got my Barbarians, my first character. My second character will run my Paladin. My Paladin's also the one with the high charisma in this group. We'll go the Druid, and then my Wizard. I did do on the Wizard the sellsword background, so they can have medium armor. It gives them a lot of extra survivability. I like that. I did roll for stats as well. Since they gave us the option, why not? It reminds me of playing Wizardry back in the day. We'd roll stats forever. Yes, it makes it a little bit easier, but we also bumped up the mode to Scavenger on this. And that's the way that we're gonna run it. I'm gonna grab a screenshot of my character faces here really quick just to do a thumbnail. All right, just copy that to my clipboard. So basically, I just roll stats till I have at least 3 scores of 16 or higher, and that's what we ran with. So we're gonna start the game. This is fine. I'm going to quickly run through a lot of the dialogue and get around as much of that as possible. And we're loading up. All right, before anyone will talk to me, we have got to, let's see where we at here. We gotta run and talk to the council, right? Oh no, we got to talk to the dude in the tavern, right? This little dot on here kind of tells you where you got to go. Nope, we got to go to the Legacy Council. You go to the tavern first, I guess, is where you start. If you did the tutorial, which we did not. Once we get that done, the next thing before we go out is we got to try to get gear to make my characters, especially my spellcasters, a little bit useful. They really stuck to the rule of needing a free hand to cast spells, which makes, since you don't have the Warcaster feat in here, that's not part of the SRD, it really makes like a sword and board cleric impossible to play. And by default, they like give the Druid a sword and a shield, and then you can't cast spells. It's like, what's the point of that?
Wait.
Then. Most of these options don't matter a whole lot. This gives a little bit of flavor to the text. All right, that was long enough. We're good to go. Close, understood. All right. We need to rest and then level up. We're going to use the quick walk over here to Market Street. Let me see if they're going to let me buy anything yet.
I'm in the middle of something, sorry.
Nope, not till we level up. Okay, no problem.
Hello, adventure. What can I offer you?
We need a room.
Sure. Just
A suite.
it's more like a
All right, I'm leveling up. We get reckless attack, danger sense. That's lovely. You can see my stats in here for the first time. Pretty ridiculous. The other thing that's nice about rolling for stats, where you get your core stats up high enough, you can take feats and not feel like you're seriously weakening your character. All right, we got to pick a fighting style. So let's see. You have defense, +1 warring, AC, while wielding a weapon. And let's see. We'll go with this route because we're going to do sword and board. So he'll be able to take advantage of the dueling option. Now we pick a circle. Get another first level spell slot. So Circle of the Winds is kind of a let you move around and it gives you a little bit of control. Circle of the Land gives you a few more spells so you can take advantage of. We're going to go with Circle of Kindred Spirit. And then depending on the spirit that you choose, you get different advantages. So it's the bear, you get an additional hit point per level. And a little more movement. And then the bear has its attack damage while it's out. The wolf gives you a bonus to armor class. So that movement's the bear's movement. Eagle gives you bonus to initiative and a slow fly speed. Spider gives you spider climb. That one's fun. That's what I ran last round. I had 3 of my characters had spider climb for magic items or this, so you could kind of run around and made a lot of puzzles really easy. And then Spirit Viper gives you, that one gives you additional movement, and it flies around. We're going to go Spirit of the Eagle this time. It doesn't have a whole lot of hit points. The bear definitely has the most hit points, but that fly could be kind of fun to get through some of the puzzles. So we're going to try it out. And which spells are we going to go with? We're going to go with, I want Good Berry. And we're going to go with Thunderwave. So notice for cantrips I took Guidance, which will be helpful when we got to open chests or disarm traps. And then Venom Strike for an attack. Cantrip. For the starting gear unmodified, they give you a scimitar and a wooden shield to start. I went with the spear. And scimitar is the other weapon. Which just screws you over because you can't cast spells without a free hand. And then our wizard. All right, let's see. Go through the different kinds. Green mages. Get a bunch of green spells. They give you smithing, Warden of the Forest. They let you wear light armor. You get short bow and archery. Not really useful for what we're doing. Shock Arcanist. When casting spells from the war list, they count as being cast as one level higher. This one's pretty cool. I do that one a lot. Lore Master gives you advantage on history, investigation checks. Able to copy your scrolls to your spell book. And scrolls to potion costs are half. We're going to go with the Shock Arcanist. And yeah, we're going to go with that. Shock Arcanist. All right, 4 spells. I can learn 2 new spells. Definitely want to pick up the ritual one, so I need Detect Magic. I already have Detect Magic. And I already have Identify. So what else do we want to grab? Right now I've got Burning Hands for an attack spell. I've got my cantrips with Firebolt and Shocking Grasp. That gives you both a melee and a ranged cantrip. I think I even took Jump. Let's grab some Mage Armor I don't need since we are going to be actually wearing armor later on. Protection from good and evil can be okay, but I think it's a concentration spell. I try to stay away from those. Let's go Thunder Wave. It's a decent area of effect. A bit different than Burning Hands. And let's go... That one kind of... It's Fog Cloud is decent. I don't like it that much. A lot of people love it. All right, I'm going to go Featherfall. It's not too important because we're going to pick up so many spell scrolls that have a lot of these spells in them. And that's the advantage of the wizard. All right, now I'm going to go buy some food. Let me just check really quick. Did you give me a component pouch? Yeah, I understand crafting. We'll do some of that. Crafting magic items is the fun part.
Hello.
Hey, how can I help you? What do you sell?
Come back any
All right, let's see your wares. He has some interesting... Let's see, what am I looking for? Poisoner kit. Some components there. Looking for spell focus. So, component pouch works for everybody. The belt pouch works for arcane. This one works for arcane. This one works for arcane. The spell book obviously works for arcane. We're going to grab a component pouch for the druid. And we're going to get rid of that annoying wand. That's not helpful. All right, this person. Question is, which slot are we not likely to use? Let's do the bracers. We can change those later on for a belt pouch or an amulet or something if we want to. But let's go with the bracers for the component pouch for her. All right. Component pouch comes here. Now I can actually cast spells. I wish there were more druid focuses that were kind of like the arcane ones that could go into various slots. And we put... Oh, I probably didn't need to buy a second component pouch, eh? He's got his holy symbol around his neck. And he can't cast spells as long as he doesn't have a free hand. So annoying. So you're going to want to have your second slot set up to where something's free for when they need to cast spells. Luckily with my Paladin, we're mostly going to be using those spell slots for Smite. All right, let's talk to Gorham. We'll just pick all these just for the fun of it. Let's see your wares. Okay, a few things that we definitely want. We're going to come sell off some things we probably aren't going to use. Those guys can be thrown. So hold on to that for now. Conclude. Yeah, we'll get one thing for your clothes. Lovely. Scroll over Vivify. Those are worth a fair amount when you sell them. We're just going to really try hard not to die. That I'm going to read so I can make those potions. All right, I've got smith tools, herbalism kit, small smith tools. I don't need multiple smith tools. I'm not sure who else I have that's capable of. We'll sell one of those. I'll buy more if I need them. This we can sell. We can sell those. Let's go ahead and sell that scimitar. I'm using just a spear. This character would be better with a finesse weapon, but that's all right. We'll make do with what we got. All right, additional component pouch I don't need. Potion of healing. Magic missile. Let's see, potion of healing. Did I have another one that's potion of healing? That's cure wounds. Okay. Spellbook I can sell off. Oh no, I can't sell off my spellbook. Pearl we're gonna hold on to. You need that for identify. Sure, we can sell off some clothes. We can sell off the component pouch. Extra candles, why not? All right, we really want to get a couple things that we need. I need some thieves tools, and I want this character to have the thieves tools, so we're going to buy them here. And then we need to buy some food for the mission, like 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. All right, what do you have left for medium armor? So my druid can always go with hide armor. That's for 10 silver, that's not too bad. Chain shirt, it's 13. Studded leather. Scale mail is how much? 52. See, that's 13 plus dex. That one is 14 plus dex. We want to go for this person. We're going to go with the scale, I think. And you are going to get hide armor. Druids can wear medium armor, but they won't wear metal armor, so you're kind of limited in that regard. And I'm really double questioning my spear choice here. If we want to get something that has the finesse property, which the scimitar does. All right, well, we're gonna roll with it. All right, let's go ahead and get my guys equipped out. So Barbarian's fine. He's not gonna wear armor. There's some points in the game where if you're doing standard array, medium armor can be useful. Paladin, we want to read this. Not proficient, not proficient, not proficient, not proficient, but he can create scrolls if he was proficient. He's not. This person has smithing tools and herbalisms. They can do them, and then smithing and crafting. So these two are mostly going to be my crafters, and that's fine. All right, back to inventory. Let's see, you are set. You're going to get the hide armor, bump your armor class. Ooh. You know what? We'd be better off with light armor with this character. So that's something I should remember. But you are going to go scale mail, I believe. Yeah, scale mail for you. And then let's read this. Yes, my druid, because of the high dex, hide armor is not the best. So let's come back to my tent here. All right. There's the scavengers. They basically go pick up stuff that you don't pick up in loot, which is handy. Okay, we decided you are not going to use medium armor. We are going to use light armor. So I've got the choice of leather. I'd rather have studded leather. But not proficient, huh? I guess studded leather, they're saying, has some kind of metal in it. All right. Regular leather it is. We may go with some magical hide later on when we get that. And we will at some point. All right, for now, chainmail's good for you and no armor for you. All right. Visit the scavenger's headquarters. This chest over here going to have some stuff in it potentially we can get.
You don't. And still so then we for not
Healing potions, nope. See you later.
out right. That would be the more you do. Oh, and I hope it.
I guess we'll see you.
Sure.
All right, so really quick, these two we can get in. That one's locked. Unfinished biography, Dragon Den advancement. I don't know if anybody wants those or not. This one we can put stuff in. All right, this other chest. I'm gonna do some save scumming here. Has some stuff in it, but it's pretty tough to actually get. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna save scum. I'm gonna cast guidance. It's like a DC 22 or 24 to get in. Let's see if we're gonna have any kind of a chance here to get this open. Failure. Nope, against a DC 22. All right, I'm going to pause and just do some save scumming and try to get this loaded in. All right, second try, we got it. So that was pretty cool. All right, so there's a little bit of money in here. There is an antitoxin potion. There's a potion of healing. More of those is good. And then it has another scroll of Revivify, which is really nice. All right. Usually I'd sell those. These used to be worth like 800 when you'd sell them, and you'd start off with one. You could sell that one and then get some of the really good armor early on. All right, beyond that, I think it is time for us to head out. I think we're set up for reasonable success. Now, if you do all of the side quests, there are enough encounters to get all the experience that you need to hit max level. All right, we're going to travel to Carolem Outpost. Travel, settings. I like Cast Goodberry. So if you have that, you don't even need food. Done, and we're going to start traveling. We should hit a random encounter here pretty early on. There were all kinds of fun bugs early on. You could like craft infinite potions because it didn't actually use the materials when you'd make them. Oh, I didn't buy any kind of ranged weapons yet. We'll get there. Magnesium. Yeah. We'll pick up ingredients as we go along. Nothing to craft yet. So think about these random encounters as you pretty much always have a long rest before and after them, so you can throw all of your resources into battles. It's a little bit different when you're going through dungeons. You're going to have multiple encounters per rest. All right, we're all surprised, so we don't get to go initially. Get a little closer, shall we? All right, so we're going to start with Bird Tamer. Let's go ahead and get our Spirit Eagle out here. And that'll be all we're going to do this turn. All right, Mr. Barbarian, you are welcome to Rage. And we'll start hammering down these bandits.
I won't miss next time.
Yes, we're going to smite. You're dead. All right, in turn, here comes another bandit.
You get a nice
Ouch, that
shot.
hurt. All right, we're going to cast a spell, and we are going to use Burning Hands. I didn't change which spells I had prepared much, did I? We'll do Burning Hands. I should really hit both those guys. Yep.
Keep it coming.
Good night. Here goes my eagle. So this is a ranged spell. That's not going to help a whole lot. Or we'll just try attacking with the spear here and see if we can hit. Still get +4 to hit.
I win again.
It's not terrible. All right. Did we make a survival check to learn more about them? No, we did not. All right. Let's see if we can pick up anything that we want. So I'm going to pick up the money, the ingredients, hideous laughter. Sure, we'll take that. Leather armor, chainmail. We can grab a light crossbow. I know I sold my scimitar, but we're going to grab one of those up. And we're going to give you this, even though we don't have any bolts just yet. We will start working on those here now. And we'll pick up plenty as we go along. Let's see, inventory. What else did we decide? We decided we were going to give you the scimitar. Just have a finesse weapon. To have +6 to hit instead of +4 with that. These early missions, I think we're okay. Running as is. All right. Also supposed to have a fly speed now, right? Oh no, that's the eagle that had the fly. I might have totally misread that. Let's see. Weapon training. Let's see if I have that in here somewhere in the list. Ritual casting. Oh, it's just your bonus initiative. It doesn't give you fly speed. Okay, totally missed that. All right. No worries. We'll stick with it. With what we got. Flying everywhere initiative isn't bad to have. And then I was thinking it would give you a fly speed, which is totally wrong. Would have been very cool, but that's all right. Let's see, is there anything else out here? No other chests. All right, we'll continue on our rest. Everything else that's left here, we don't have to worry about. The scavengers will pick it up for us and sell it off. Understood. Oh, nice, Wanda. Let's see, crafting. Let's make another one. Take those crossbow bolts. It's not gonna let me do this till we get to the area where we're going. So in some of the early access builds, we would just go back and forth, random areas, random encounters to hit your max level, which was 6 at the time. All right. Let's see. We want to come into inventory, get my crossbows out, bolts up to this guy. We may give him a crossbow at some point, but doesn't have it yet. Load up my ammo. Let's see. Let's put this in here. I want Hades' Laughter in the spell book. So we're going to scribe it into this spell book. Okay. There's going to be a goblin fight up here, and then if you don't miss it, there's some goblin caves you can go into later on. We're going to go into cautious mode, just to sneak up.
What's that smell?
See how close we can get before the goblins spot us.
Clumsy.
Sometimes you can cast a spell to start. Yep, understood. All right, Bird Tamer's going first, and we're going to cast Venom Strike, which is a fantastic cantrip. I got visibility of anyone else, not just these guys. Does piercing and poison damage, which there's a lot of creatures that are immune to poison damage in the game. But the piercing damage still hits, so it ends up being really good overall damage for a cantrip. Alright, Luzanda, let's cast a spell with you. We're just going to stick to using our cantrips for now. Good night. You're done. Here comes the other goblins. I'm not gonna use a rage just yet. And hold on those spell slots for now. All right. Let's use the rest of our movement to come up here just to force that goblin to kind of disengage and move when they get their turn. And these guys are up here somewhere on the cliff that I don't see yet. It's asked me if I want to cast shield. We'll do that. Usually it gives you an option of which level of shield you want to cast. Let's come up here and let's get visibility on this goblin.
That's battle.
Good night. All right, let's come out here. We're gonna go back to Venom Strike.
No quarter given.
5 damage, fantastic. Zonda's going to come down here. I should hit the same guy. Focus fire, take down your opponents where you can. Too late now. Alright, we're going to come out here, and then rather than having to waste my action with dashing, we'll switch to our crossbow. Boom, good night.
Your way.
I think he's got some javelins, right? Yeah, let's... I guess doesn't have visibility. Ready to ranged attack if anyone comes into view that he can see. Probably won't happen, but... let's see, that guy went here, right? Yes, he did. I think he's got flyby. No, he doesn't. Alright, good to know. If your spirit animal dies, you take damage, and generally it's not good. Alright, we're gonna come over here. Gonna hit this guy. Nope, too far away. Nat 1. Not gonna do it. Alright, let's switch back to his axe and come chop this guy. Missed. It's terrible. I think that's going to provoke an OA, but that's alright. Alright, can I hit this guy? Nope, I can't. I can try, but it's not going to happen. Alright, back to my sword and board. He's going to disengage. Hopefully he finishes him off. There we go. And the question is, did he get too far away to hit? This, probably not.
A good kill, as they say.
Alright, we're going to do a tutorial on taking a short rest.
Where did those goblins
Which
come
frankly we don't really need to do because we didn't really burn any of our resources. That's alright. Alright, I think this is a good stopping place for our first episode, so we'll wrap that up. When we finish, we'll next time we'll loot these bags if the goblins have anything useful, and we'll head down in here into this goblin cave for our next encounter here at Caerleum. Alright, thanks for watching.